everyone. Welcome back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. I'm Jack with my host Conrad,
Hello.
and today we are doing the most anticipated episode of the most anticipated movie this year, Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm super excited about it.
I haven't watched it, by the way.
Yes, he hasn't watched it, so
As you can...
Yeah, I'm carrying him all through this episode, by the way.
Yeah.
So that is going to be one thing that I'm going to be doing throughout this episode, is that this is my episode, but he's going to be asking me questions of, did some of our theories come true, and we'll talk about them without going into sports. This is a no-sport review. We are planning on doing one, depending on...
Later when I watch it.
Later when he watches it, whether if that takes a few years or however long that takes.
Or it could be days.
Or days, maybe. Who knows? You're just like my other little cousin that watches movies that aren't appropriate for him. But no, so we're going to go through it. I have notes written down. I have a plot summary. I'm using IMDb, so go check out IMDb for their amazing work over there.
Not a sponsor, but like...
Alright, so let's try this out. I am going to... Okay, this has some spoilers in it. Okay, I'm going to try and work my way around this. Let's have a look. So, Deadpool and Wolverine, starring Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, directed by Sean who did Free Guy, and the Night at the Museum movies. So, okay, this is spoilers in. Okay, I'm going to try and figure this out. So, in 2018, Wade Wilson uses time-traveling device to time travel from his timeline to Earth 10005 to Earth 616, which is the sacred timeline.
Nice.
Where he meets someone familiar that we've seen in pretty much...
Hulk.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
He wouldn't be anywhere near this, because he's trying to wants to be recruited, and then from there we go to hold on, I'm trying to find where I am on this plot summary, because so from there he is a car salesman. This is in some of the trailers as well. We don't get too much of it, but we do get some snippets of the car salesman stuff. Then from there, this is the main thing from the first teaser trailer. From there, he goes to his birthday party.
And then he gets taken by...
And then... Yes, from there he gets taken by the TVA.
you know what I love?
Yeah.
The TVA theme song.
Oh, yeah?
Search up the song TVA. That song is incredible. It's so good.
Yeah. Because, I think they do play it in this movie. I can't remember. But,
They must, because, like, it's...
Yeah, exactly. But no, so they do that, and then from there, again, the first, 45 minutes or so of this movie is in the trailer. It's take the 45 minutes, cut the 45 minutes down into a trailer is basically what the trailers are.
Ah, that's nice.
Yeah, so you don't really get spoiled of much, except for a few things here and there, but not much. So from there, we go to TVA. he gets recruited by the TVA to, and Paradox, that's his name. Paradox is the
Oh,
TVA.
that's a spoiler.
Well, no, but he's in the trailer.
Yeah, but nobody knows his name.
Yeah, no, but like, do you need to know his name? It's not like a big spoiler or anything. Like, it's not Mobius.
True.
So, like, if it was Mobius and if he was in the trailer, like, yeah, sure, I wouldn't reveal that. But,
Wait, it's Mobius, Mr. Chaos?
no, Mobius is. I mean, that's one thing I can confirm. He's not in it.
Oh. Seriously?
He's not in this movie because we thought that if you go back and watch our theory video that we did for theories and predictions, we thought that Owen Wilson Mobius was going to show up.
Because it kind of made sense.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was in the MCU, but this movie is in the MCU, but kind of in its own separate corner of the MCU type thing.
Like,
where it's like it's in the MCU, but like even the stuff within the MCU you get, they kind of go like, this is, again, we learned this in Multiverse of Madness. This is Earth 616 over here. This is Deadpool and Wolverine.
So wait,
it's like one takes place over here, but the rest of the movie takes place over here.
So we don't actually see the 616 characters. When they interacted, do they talk to the 616 characters at all?
One of them. Deadpool talks to one.
That's kind of crazy.
And then you get a. Oh wait, you do get a reference / cameo thing that I'm not going to reveal, but that is more tied to a comic in Wolverine that we'll get to in a minute. But I'm going to try not to spoil that bit. So from there, he gets recruited by the TVA. Paradox says to him, "Look, Wade, you are special. Your world has been pruned." And then they have like a few jokes in there about Wade basically going like, oh, could you imagine if I was the, because they talk about the whole thing of the main guy that keeps that timeline in check.
There's someone that does that?
Yeah, they explain in this movie. But because something happened in one of the Fox movies that I'm not going to spoil, because something happened in one of the 20th Century Fox Marvel movies, that Earth is being pruned and is disappearing.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. From there, he goes, oh, you need to go get, and again, this is kind of like a spoil, but not really, because like you kind of would know this anyway if you know the Fox movies well. He needs to go recruit a Wolverine.
Makes sense.
So this is where you get
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Well, exactly, and this is where you get the first like major song other than Bye Bye Bye, which is the opening theme. You get the Back to the Future theme, Power of Love, as Deadpool is trying to find a Wolverine to recruit. So you get all these different versions. I'm not going to spoil anything because it's hilarious. There are, I mean, you can kind of go like, okay, so they're doing variants, and we know that we've seen X-Men 97. That is one of our favourite things this year so far.
Yeah. So
we know that Wolverine is very, very small.
Short,
small compared to the rest of the X-Men. When you have that in your mind, I didn't thought that they were going to do this, but when you have that and you think of variants, you're like, well, that has to come along at some point. And
Well,
then you also get a bunch of comic variants and that type of stuff, which, like, I haven't read the comic storylines that they were referencing, but one of the things that we did talk about, and we might talk about this at 1.2, an episode that I'm going to tease and tell you guys about now is one of my plans for an episode is who we want to fan cast as the MCU X-Men, because they haven't announced the cast. They haven't announced the cast yet. So yeah, no, they haven't announced it. They've only announced the Fantastic Four cast. So we will do that episode sooner rather than later. But then from there, he goes to recruit the Wolverine that we see in this movie, and so we get the whole thing we see in the trailer of the hi Peanut, we need you to come with me, which is very, very funny because that is something that Scott uses for his daughter.
Sorry, you're just glitching out.
No, like Scott, Ant-Man, uses the word peanut for his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, already you're like, that's kind of weird because they have done these MCU references, like making fun of them before. Like, there's a joke in Deadpool 2 where they do the whole Age of Ultron thing of like, oh hey, big guy, sun's getting real low. So there's jokes in there that are MCU based, but this time it's more actually in there because it's like it's part of the MCU, and like I think it's just more of a carry on, make fun for the MCU like they did in Deadpool 2, which is very funny to me. But no, so I think that so from there, obviously we go from recruiting Wolverine. Oh yeah, so then he goes into the void. They both go into the void.
That's that empty space that everybody...
Yeah, so that's the empty space with the 20th Century Fox logo in the background and that type of stuff.
Okay, why does that exist?
Well, because it's... Well, Seb, it's pruned. It's... All that stuff has been pruned and collapsed into the void.
That's so weird that they actually added 20th Century Fox into it.
Well, that's a joke. That's a joke thing.
Well, then technically, we could have a universe.
Whether if it's a cameo or something that Ryan Reynolds says as Deadpool, it's something that needs to be, that you need to understand is in the pop culture and atmosphere of people understand this, but people that are outside of the behind the scenes stuff and the movie stuff, they're not going to get it.
Yeah.
So, because there's even jokes, well, there's even like a joke later that happens to one of the cameos that I'm not going to reveal, that is a whole thing. Oh wait, there's one joke that I like that I might as well say, because it's not really a spoil because it was released in CinemaCon footage. Before he goes to recruit a Wolverine, he when Paradox says to him that he wants him to join the MCU, he walks up to a camera, looks at the audience, grabs a mic from the top of the screen, and goes, "Suck it, Fox. I'm going to Disneyland." And it's hilarious. That was probably one of my favorite jokes in the movie. So the voice stuff happens, and then obviously we get the fight that's in the trailer. We've seen most of it anyway, which is the whole Deadpool and Wolverine fight in front of the 20th Century Fox logo. And then from there,
Why? Aren't they meant to be like the partners in this movie?
well, yeah, but like Deadpool drives Wolverine up the wall. That's their relationship. Deadpool is just annoying as hell, and Wolverine hates that. That's their relationship in this movie.
Well, makes sense.
Yeah, so then
If I
from
knew
there,
someone who was basically immortal, they would also probably be super annoying to me.
yeah, exactly. So from there we go. We stop the fight, and then
I mean, they're both immortal though, so.
well, exactly, and they both regenerate in somewhat. So, but no. So then from there we go to what do we do from there? Oh yeah, we see the bit that was in one of the TV spots where Wolverine goes up against Sabretooth.
Which is something that people have been going, oh, for years, as they say in the trailer.
People have waited decades, which we sure about that? And then
I mean,
well, I guess, but don't expect a big Wolverine versus Sabretooth fight.
oh my god, people have waited decades for
For this
this.
fight. It's not gonna be easy. First of all, you shoot the double, you take him down. Side control, then full mount, then you ground and pound till he makes no sound because he's dead. And then, but don't expect a big Wolverine versus Sabretooth fight because it's nothing at the end. And then from there, we meet Pyro. We know, I mean, Pyro was in the trailer. Pyro, the guy from X2 and X3, the fire mutant. Sebastian.
Yeah, sorry. You glitched out, so I couldn't hear you.
Oh,
I just
but
for the
we
last
meet
10 minutes, I've been just going, yeah.
but no, so we meet Pyro.
Who's Pyro?
I mean, he was in the trailer, but he's the fire mutant in X-Men 2.
Oh yeah, who kind of goes bad.
Yeah, so we see him. And then from there we get a cameo that I'm not going to reveal here. I'm doing, but no, it's very funny. This cameo. It's someone who has been in two different versions of Marvel. Let's just say that.
Two different versions of Marvel.
And then from there
What?
we go to Cassandra Nova's base. Cassandra Nova's base. And then after that, we escape from Cassandra Nova's base.
Who is Cassandra Nova?
Cassandra Nova is, I mean, we talked about this yesterday, but the sister of Professor X that he killed in the womb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so her name's Cassandra Nova. It's very weird. I'm surprised that she doesn't have Xavier in her name. But no, so we.
They should.
That, yeah, exactly. After that, they escape. They meet Dogpool, which we see in the trailers. Very funny bits, and then some other stuff happens, and then from there, they go to like a pub and have a drink. Then after that, they wake up and they're in like I don't know, like a fortress or a base or something. And we get some surprises in there, and then after that, we go back to Cassandra Nova's base.
And he ground and pound till he makes no sound because he's dead.
And then, but yeah, so from Cassandra Nova's base, we go, like we see in the trailer, we use the Doctor Strange sling ring portal.
Wait, she has access to Doctor Strange?
I mean, you could kind of put it together since they're jumping from Cassandra Nova's base in the trailer into the portal. So you can kind of put that together.
Yeah, but I'm
um,
just wondering how they got a sling ring. Just quick question.
Yeah, they don't explain that bit.
Does Cassandra Nova have mutant abilities?
Yeah, so her powers are more like, it's kind of like Professor X's. It's like her mind. She can do like you can see like flashback type things, but she's like implemented in them or manipulating them. So she's talking to Wolverine in his flashback.
Okay.
It's very weird, like but she kind of does like the whole I mean, it's kind of hard to say if it's the same as Professor X's powers, but she does the whole like slamming Wolverine's claws up down into the floor thing in the trailer.
Wait. Also, quick thing.
Yeah.
Funny thing. When I first saw that, I thought it was, you know who taught Doctor Strange, like, Doctor Strange stuff?
Oh, the ancient one.
I thought that was her.
Yeah, I mean that is very weird.
They look so similar.
Yeah, that's strange. And then oh, and
who knows?
And also, there's no nod to Stan Lee in this movie too, which is shocking. I mean, he is dead, but there's no like little reference to him or something.
Which there usually is.
Yeah. But then from there, what happens from there?
He can't even remember.
I know something happens between that and what I'm going to say next. That I'm not. Something's not.
Grounds and pounds until he makes no sound because he's dead.
I guess I can mention this. We meet some other stuff, and from there we go from that kind of transitions us to our final battle, which I will say is in one shot. No cuts.
What?
The final battle is one shot. Yeah, no cuts. And you can tell because it's a panning shot.
Wow.
And that is the first time you hear like a prayer in the movie.
And that's the final battle.
Yeah.
Aww.
And then, but then from there, you also have like, and then from there they go see Paradox again about something to, and then you hear it twice again, but it's more of a
wait. The final battle happens, and then they still have stuff in the movie.
Yeah, but there's no like actual like battle after that. Because after that is all like basically stuff that you would have learned from something like the Loki series that they need to deal with.
And grounds and pounds till he makes no sound because he's dead.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, that's really funny.
Yeah, it is. I like the Disneyland joke. That was a good one. And then from there, and then so I don't want to spoil things, but they do like a thing there, to connect one to the other person, and then you hear like almost like when you go on YouTube and you go like a prayer epic version. It's like they grabbed one of those covers and put it over the top, but it is quite good there. And then from there, they have like whatchamacallit, they have dinner and that type of stuff, and there's not to spoil, but there's a few things that happen there that is like, oh, so obviously you're going to bring them back for Secret Wars. Because I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's some lines that Paradox says to Deadpool and Wolverine that by the end of the movie are just like, well, that didn't happen, so are they going to be in Secret Wars? Which they probably will be. But yeah, so that is basically a rundown of the movie without spoilers. I think that this movie is one of my, if we're not including shows, which I have WandaVision in my top 5 MCU, not including shows, this is in my top 5 of MCU movies.
No way.
Because for the most part, from I need to have a look at this because I'm starting to lose it now. So I'm going to check my letterboxd. So everything from basically my number 12 to my number 5 is a 9 out of 10. But then everything from 4 to 1 is a 10 out of 10. So this is my 4th favorite film, if we're not including shows. If we're including shows like WandaVision, is my 5th favorite MCU project. Which I think it's my 2nd favorite X-Men movie. So, but yeah, so I'm excited to do, I think what we might do, depending on when you see it, what we might do is we might do maybe a live stream or something, or we'll do another episode, more spoilers, and we'll get Conrad's thoughts on some of the things that happen, which we are watching through the X-Men movies with him at the moment. We are going to do our X-Men retrospective series, looking through the old movies and stuff, leading up to Deadpool and Wolverine. We have, I think, 5 episodes planned, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5 episodes planned. So we're going to do the original trilogy in one video, the newer trilogy / quadrilogy in another video, the Wolverine trilogy, Deadpool 1, 2, and New Mutants. But we're also going to do the other ones like the Fantastic Four movies and Daredevil and Elektra and stuff. So to get him ready for Deadpool and Wolverine, and we might do Blade as well. So
what is Blade?
Blade is a vampire that kills other vampires. Is basically what he is. But yeah, no, so I'm excited for us to do that. It was basically me carrying him the whole time because he hasn't seen it, but that's alright. Next time, it's going to be both of us chatting about it, so this won't be the last time. And we
Conscious of its spiritual and moral heritage,
that stuff.
is founded on
And he's good at interrupting me talking. So, see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.